Okay, we accidentally ended the video, so we have to put two up, I guess. Anyway, it's getting look like it's going to rain. I'm hoping it holds off long enough for me to get the video, so I can show you a little bit more before we end it. Here we have some more cassava. We have decided to plant cassava in between the corn, which is a good idea because after we harvest the corn, then we still have another crop following close behind. So we have those. And this thing in Barbados we call this Edo. And we planted these about a month ago. This is my experimental garden here. I had some what we call English potatoes, and they died, but I'm experimenting with sweet potatoes, the red sweet potatoes. These white sweet potatoes in Gambia, they're very, very, very soft. I don't know, you know, Gambians, some Gambians say they like them, and some Gambians like the red ones, but it's very difficult to get them. So wow, where are you getting all this cassava from? Where are you getting all this cassava from? Your house? Yeah. Oh, so you didn't tell me that you, I'm, hey, okay. Anyway, this is called Jabero. The Edo, it's called Jabero here. So we planted some. As a matter of fact, my experiment seems to be working very well. So I'm going to plant a field of Jabero. It's cassava. You got cashews that are coming out of the ground. So cashews and even mangoes are just coming up here. They're just coming right out of the ground here. So we're going to transplant them in the process of time. I got hoping to get some. Oh, there was one there, but it died. I'm hoping to get some pumpkins from this vine, and I experimented with, I think I had 3 papaya trees, but only one has survived. So, but this is the corn, and we're having a problem with the corn. From what I'm seeing, like here, the corn are growing very well, but over here you can see as we go further in, it thins out. It gets very thin. I've been doing some research on that, and one farmer I read that I saw, he showed me that was saying that hey, even our compost pile, we're getting look like pumpkin or squash, either pumpkin or squash. But he said that in his field, what happened is that part of the field, when it rained, that the water in part of the field, you know, it ran off. The ground remained wet, but in another part of the field, it was saturated. The water stayed there for days. And this is what's happening here. As you can see, well, you can't see it with the video, but you're kind of looking uphill. And on this side of the hill, the corn is very tall, whereas down here, it's very short. And the same thing is happening up here, on this side, where as we go uphill here, you can see the corn is very tall and very green. And as we come down, guess what? So what we did was we replanted, we planted some more corn in here, and hopefully as we go towards the end of the rain season, that corn will begin to grow, and we'll see whether or not this guy was correct. we lost some corn. Gambier told me that there's this bush, they call it bush rat, I know, in Nigeria, but it just chopped down my corn and ate it. So we have to find a trap that will get it. So let's see that. Look at the corn here. See how it's growing, healthy. And look at the corn as it goes back towards the fence. Big difference. Anyway, let's head around to, we have to get this part done so we're gonna put more bananas here. More plantains, really, because plantains are very difficult to get here and very expensive. So, you know me, I'm gonna go where the profits are bigger. I'm just joking, but if the market needs plantain, that's what you do. You get plantain and you plant them and you sell them. The bananas come from everywhere. Well, here in the Gambia is not many plantains, so the plantain trees are all going up well. They're all growing well now. Look at this. We had planted some squash in between these plantains, but somehow, I don't know what happened, very few of them came out. Wow, they're flowering now. Very few of them came out, so we're trying to keep these alive, and then in the process of time, see if I can expand this going this way. Right now we got the guys using the edgers, cutting down all this grass so we can expand on these. One of the problems here is accumulation of water also. It takes a day or so for the water to run off, which is not good for these plants. They grow very big, but the fruit fall off because of the saturation in the soil, the roots. So as you can see, these are very big. And there's one right there, but I can see from the color that it looks like it's going to fall off, because these plants don't like too much water. So I have to find a way of turning down the stress due to water accumulation right here. I have to put them in an area like up here, going up the hill, so the water will go into the soil, but not stay on top of the soil and damage the roots with the pumpkins. But otherwise, they're doing good. The plantain trees, I mean, all of them, none of them have died since we planted them. And some, I mean, some have grown over a foot since we planted them. So by the time the end of the rainy season, I would say maybe another 4 months, we're looking at trees that will be 4 feet, maybe 5 in some areas. So, okay. Over here, we planted some papaya, and in between the papaya we planted okra. But most of the okras didn't survive. I don't know why, but we changed our plan from planting the okra in between the papaya to planting the okra in beds. And let me hurry up so I can get over there. But this is also soursop. These are soursop trees that we are growing here. We got about 50 of them so far. And we are going to, maybe a year or so, we'll be harvesting soursop. In this area here, you can see again we're planting corn. We planted corn. We're getting ready to plant something called bitter tomato here. The ladies are preparing it. And here, we planted some melons, but very few came up. We have to revise our plan and go back somewhere else. Here is all okra. All of this is okra. All of these beds right here are okra. Hey, I'm going in. So, like I said, we revised our plan. Instead of planting the okra in between the trees, the soursop and the papaya trees, we decided to plant okra all along here. These beds are all sweet potato. And behind it, jabero. And then over there by the trees, we have beans. I'm trying to get this done before the rain, so I'm not running that far. And on this side again, we just cleared this area, and you can see the new corn is coming up. All new corn. We are trying to plant as we get the area cleared, and because it was very difficult. We found it very difficult to get somebody in here to plow it. And since I didn't have a machine, I couldn't do it. But, yeah, one of the things that I made a video about is dependability. And sorry to say, I mean, that's the problem with Africa. See, all these this is beans right here. We planted beans here in this here, and corn over there. Corn around here. And here we have what they call egg. I forgot what egg they call it here, but in Barbados we call them volunteers. Barbadians would understand what I'm saying. All these beds here are carrots. The whole thing, about 10 of them. And then we have another vegetable here. I can't remember the name of the vegetable, but Gambians, the ladies who planted it says that Gambians eat a lot of it, so we planted it. We're doing a lot of experimenting, and a lot of, like the peanuts and the cassava are like cash crops, but the corn and the carrots here are my experiment now to see if these carrots can survive in this weather. And if they do, we will be planting more of them. I planted some squash here. We have to get this beds weeded. And I planted some cucumbers. And already we are beginning to see cucumbers. All of this is cucumber. And we have cucumbers already coming up. So, oh, the rain is good, but as you can see, the cucumbers on there. Young cucumbers coming up on this one. So we'll see what happens. Corn we planted here, and then the weeds took over. So we weren't fast enough. And more cucumbers. And this one here is squash. And look at those yellow squash. Look at the size of those yellow squash. Very big. And they're very good too. It's hard, it's not dying. Anyway, sorry I gotta end it. The beans are here. You didn't have time to put them on the stick, but in the process of time, you know, hey, there's a pretty big cucumber. Wow, look at that one. It's a big one. And there. We'll be harvesting cucumbers in no time. Look at that size. Hey. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Hopefully our experiment is going to be what? It's going to leave me feeling happy. And then by the next rainy season, by the time we plant the next time, we'll know exactly what to plant, where to plant it, when to plant, and how to plant. And those are the questions: what, where, when, how, and why we planting? Business. Brother Rick and Bags family, stay at it, bro. I watched the video last night, and like he says, when sometimes, some days you want to sit down, and your mind says, look, boy, if you sit down, you know, you can't sit down. You know, you want to sit down, but your mind is saying, you better get up and get it done. So, I got you. As you can see, I'm here, trying, just like you. Hopefully, we can celebrate one day. Say, you know what? Here's our experiment in the Gambia. Here's what happened. And all the information we put on the internet, well, because I haven't started putting up a lot of it yet. People got a roadmap to follow. Everybody who comes after you have a roadmap to follow. So Brother Rick, stay at it, stay at it, stay at it. You guys are, like I said, I'm following you. So stay at it. And I wish you success. And I'm going to try hard. Believe me. But every time that you do something, they say, hey, Brother JD is there. So he's watching. Alright, for everyone who watches our videos, my video, peace. Thanks for coming along with us. Have a great day wherever you are.